Oh, hello, friends. Welcome to the first episode of 2025. I am so excited and grateful that you're still here and that we're going to keep doing this journey, this pleasure journey going into 2025 because, baby, we're going to need it. Okay. I hope y'all had a wonderful break and a wonderful holiday. I hope that not only were you a giver, but you were a receiver as well. If you are new here, hello, I appreciate you. Welcome to the Pleasure Den. We're going to call it the Pleasure Den. And if you are an OG, I appreciate you coming back. I love you. And fun fact, y'all, I have to shout out the fact that we have listeners in Sweden and the United Kingdom. What? What? Your girl's international. She's international. So if you are one of my Sweden and United Kingdom listeners, I appreciate you. Your support means so much to me. Welcome, and I hope you get all the gems and all the vibes that you deserve because you deserve pleasure. And I also, before we get into this episode, I also want to invite you to join my newsletter if you haven't already. This is where the magic is happening in 2025. I made a promise to myself that I was not going to be ripping and running on these social media streets. And my newsletter is a place where I give you the invitation and you decide if you want to come. If you come in the door, I'm going to make sure that I treat you well. So on my newsletter, I give updates, insights, and a lot of exclusive events that are coming up for 2025 is going to be dropped in the newsletter. So if you want to be in the know, that's where you need to be. And speaking of exclusives, we are getting ready to kick off the Pleasure Audit Challenge soon in about a couple weeks. And the only way to get those details is by subscribing to the newsletter. So do not miss out on that. I want you to head to the link in the bio and sign up for the newsletter today. Now, let's set the tone for 2025. We are going to chat about focusing on self, which is always the thing that we talk about, but we're going to focus on three things that needs to happen in order for you to have that pleasure, to have a pleasurable life in 2025. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you write these gems down. I hope you are ready to implement in 2025, okay? And I will see you on the other side. Here, I am so excited to be making my first video in 2025. I am full that you are still here with me, that we are going to do this thing together. And we have a whole new year to get this pleasure, self-care, and rest thing together. Now, normally I start off the year with talking about my words of the year and how I did with my words of the year last year, which we are going to do the next go round. But this episode, I need this episode to be the first thing that you hear going into the new year. I need this to be what you use. I know you've probably reflected at the end of last year. Maybe you haven't, but I need you to reflect. I need you to sit and digest the words that I'm getting ready to say to you to help you have a more pleasurable, restful new year. Okay? So let's get into it. I say this all the time. You have to prioritize pleasure, especially as a Black woman. You have to prioritize ease. We have been taught that everything has to be hard, that we have to do things on our own, and that's just not true. Life is to be lived. Life is it's meant for you to thrive, for you to do all the things that you want to do, to experience all the things that you want to experience, and love on the people that absolutely love you. Just because it's a new year doesn't change the fact that there are certain expectations of you. There is the expectation for you to always show up, regardless of how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally. There is the expectation that you will always do for others before you do for yourself, because why wouldn't you? Right? Why wouldn't you? It's been taught that because we have these innovative ideas, because we are creative, because we are strong and resilient, that means that we should always be at the beck and call for other people. And there's also this expectation that your value and your worth is based off of how productive you can be. And this isn't just a message that's coming out from society. It is a message that we get from our family. It is messages that we get from our history, that that is how we're supposed to show up. And I am going to spend yet another year here expressing to you and helping you unlearn, because these ways of thinking that you have been doing is going to be your demise. I promise. So let's get into
This episode of Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman is brought to you by J-Rate Integrative Wellness Services, where holistic healing meets mental wellness. At J-Rate Integrative Wellness, we understand that life's demands can take a toll on your mind, body, and your spirit. That's why we offer a range of therapeutic services designed to help you reconnect with yourself, reduce stress, and find balance. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, relationship issues, or simply looking to enhance your overall well being, the expert therapists at Javery Integrative Wellness are here to support you. We specialize in creating personalized integrative care plans that cater to your unique needs. Ready to take the first step toward a healthier, happier you? Visit www.javerywellness.com today and schedule your free 15-minute consultation with one of our compassionate therapists. It's time to invest in yourself and start your journey to wellness. That's www.javerywellness.com, your partner in holistic health and healing. Don't wait. Book your free consultation now. This episode of Owning Pleasure as a Black Woman is proudly sponsored by Organic Leaven, your go-to source for all natural, body-safe products that enhance your intimate experiences. At Organic Leaven, they believe that what you put on and in your body matters, which is why they offer a carefully curated selection of organic, eco-friendly products designed to bring pleasure without compromising your health. From luxurious lubricants and body oils to intimate toys and wellness products, Organic Leaven has everything you need to elevate your sensual self-care routine. Each product is crafted with the highest quality ingredients so you can indulge with confidence, knowing you're choosing the best for your body and the environment. As a special offer for our listeners, you can enjoy 10% off your purchase when you use the coupon code JaveryWellness at checkout. Visit www.javerywellness.com/organic Leaven, that's LOVEN, today to explore their full range of products and discover how organic, body safe options can make a difference in your intimate life. That's www.javerywellness.com/organic Leaven, spelled LOVEN. And don't forget to use the code JaveryWellness for 10% off your order. Take care of your body and let Organic Leaven take care of your pleasure.
implementing these 3 things that can help you now to set the tone for the rest of the year for self-care, fun, and alignment. Step 1, honey, you got to mind your business. You have got to mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. Mind the business that minds you. Mind your business. So often we carry the emotional labor of other people, of other things, by over investing in problems, in drama, in chaos, and the expectations of others. So that looks like people constantly calling you to gossip or to offload their garbage, which I did a video about making sure that you're not dumping your garbage where it's not supposed to go or where you haven't gotten consent to drop your garbage. But that also means that people can't drop their garbage off on you. You cannot be invested in providing so much of your time and energy, which I know for certain you don't have a lot of. You have given so much of yourself in the last year. You're still trying to figure out what it means to pour in your cup. So you are running basically on fumes right now, and you know something needs to change. So I'm telling you, mind your business. Stop over investing in things that have nothing to do with you. Will it be hard? Absolutely. Will you feel guilty? Absolutely. Will people be upset with you? Absolutely.
That does not matter, because going into this year, we are focusing on self. We are pouring into self. We are over investing in ourselves. So mind your business, drink your water, your tea, your coffee, whatever it is. And it can come off as a negative thing, but minding your business is protecting you. It's protecting your mental energy. It is reducing your stress. It is keeping your focus on your growth and on your satisfaction. And when you focus on you, that gives you the capacity, once your cup is full and it's running over, to be able to invest in the things and the people that you want to invest in. For instance, I had a friend that had a situation come up and I was able to be there for her. It didn't stress me out. It didn't cause me any demise. Like, it didn't bother me to show up for her. But the only reason that I was able to show up for her the way that I did was because I practice a lot of taking care of myself. So it's not a problem for me to give of my overflow because it's something that I wanted to do. Now, I'm all about action steps. There's a lot of information that we're taking from how do we take care of ourselves, how do we practice self-care, how do I rest properly, and you're not necessarily taking the actions, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But the action steps for minding your business: identify where your energy is leaking. Now, I have a hunch that you already know the people that are energy vampires that are already taking from you. You know who they are. It's time for you to point them out and do something about it. Set up some boundaries. Are you getting caught up in gossip, family drama, online distractions, social media? Pull yourself out of that. You don't have to be a part of a good kiki. Now listen, I love some tea just like the next person, but I limit the amount of tea that I take in because it doesn't serve me. It just doesn't serve me anymore to sit and talk about people. It doesn't serve me anymore to take in information about people, to listen to the constant bickering of what isn't going right and complaining. It doesn't do anything for me. So I very much limited it. Clear boundaries. Set clear boundaries. How can you, in the most polite way possible, remove yourself from conversations or situations that don't concern you? I'm just gonna, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go talk to such and such. Or I'm not really available for this conversation right now. Or, you know what, they'll figure it out. I know they'll figure it out. They're pretty smart. They have the skills. They have the necessary support system. They don't necessarily need me to figure this out for them. So you're identifying where your energy leak is, you're setting clear boundaries, and you're going to turn inward. You are going to make it about you. You are going to redirect all that time and energy you gain by stepping away from the people that are taking from your energy and all the gossip, chaos, and drama. And you're going to spend it on healing yourself. You're going to be curious and explore yourself. You are going to find hobbies and things that make you laugh and things that just fill you up inside. That's where you're going to put all of this new energy that you have. Now, here's a takeaway tip. Start asking yourself every time you get into a situation where you're like, oh, am I minding the business that pays me? Ask yourself, is this my business? Before you start engaging in conversations, decisions, before you have these emotional reactions to people approaching you, is this my business? And if it's not your business, you got to keep it moving, honey. Now that we've learned how to mind our business, we're going to go into number 2. Go ahead and schedule time for yourself and for fun right now. Like right now, like you can pause this and you can go get your calendar and you can put things on the calendar, or you can decide on, this is my me day, this is my spa day, this is my rest day. Go ahead and do that now, because if you don't schedule now and you say, oh, okay, I'm going to do it as I go, it's not going to get done. It's not going to get done until you're burnt out, or somebody reminds you, or you come across something that's like, oh, I haven't done that yet. If you do not take the time to do it, it's not going to happen. Days are going to slip away, months are going to slip away, and before you know it, you're going to be listening to my 2026 video telling you to do these things all over again.
Your life is not just about work. It's not just about obligations, and it's not just about overgiving. This life, again, was meant to be lived. This life was meant for you to thrive. And so you have to prioritize the things that matter to you, which includes you. And once you start prioritizing pleasure and fun and hobbies and downtime, it starts to make you feel alive. It reminds you that you're present in this moment and you can get connected with yourself and your desires. A lot of you are struggling with what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, and what it is that you crave. And that's because you don't have enough time just set aside for yourself to do a whole lot of what you want to do or to do a whole lot of nothing. So here are some things that you can add to your calendar. You can add spa days. You can add bath days. Sometimes long baths just don't fit into the schedule. So go ahead and put it on the schedule now. Your solo dates. Maybe you want to go to a museum. Maybe there's a coffee shop that you want to go visit. Be a tourist of your own town. Also, add non negotiable rest days or weekends for doing nothing. Wednesdays, everybody in my house knows that Wednesdays is dance day. I have been having my dance classes for the past, I did it for about a year or so, and then I took a break and I'm like a year in again. But everybody knows Wednesdays. My little one, he appreciates Wednesdays because he gets to stay up later because I don't come home till late. But that is non-negotiable. That is a day for me, and my partner sees how it refuels me and refreshes me and it makes me happier. And so he understands and he steps up to the plate on Wednesdays. So we have time for you. Schedule time for fun. Girls' nights, game nights, dance classes, vacations, weekend getaways, staycations. Schedule fun like you would schedule a meeting, like you would schedule a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment. Make it official. It's something about seeing it on the calendar in the spot that just like, okay, that's going to get done. Now, what I want you to understand is when you put this on the calendar, you are making a promise to yourself that you're going to show up for you. So don't cancel on yourself. Don't allow something else to make you, oh, I'm just going to reschedule. Don't do that to yourself. Don't make yourself last. You are just as important as everything else that you put on the calendar. So don't don't shoot yourself in the foot, okay? Don't cancel on yourself. And last in scheduling, I want you to take time for growth and creativity. So, those personal development things, going to different events in the area. I'm good for going on Eventbrite and finding something to do, or Instagram, there's an event in the area. Yes, I do go by myself. Sometimes people go with me. Workshops. I've done a sip and crochet. Did not ever finish the project, but it was a good atmosphere and I met fun people. Or any other classes, meetup, support groups that you feel is going to be beneficial to your creativity and your growth. So here's your takeaway for tip number 2, scheduling time for yourself. Open your calendar today, not tomorrow. Go ahead and open it today and block time for yourself in January, February, and beyond. Let's just go ahead and set the tone for 2025. You can't mess up what already exists. So I promise you, once you go ahead and put it on the calendar, you don't have to think about it anymore. That's no longer something that your brain has to worry about. Oh my gosh, do I have vacation set aside? Do I have my me time? Your present self is doing your future self a great amount of your present self is setting your future self up for success. And so when you get down the line and you're like, oh, I'm so stressed out, and you're like, tomorrow I've already scheduled my spa day, you will be thanking your present self. Last but definitely not least is tip number 3. Please implement what you have already researched and listened to and learned in 2024. Okay? This is not just for you, this is for me as well. Stop taking in more information. Okay, we are so known for collecting knowledge. Okay, whether it's getting another certification, getting another degree, listening to all these podcasts, books, courses, webinars, masterclasses, but we always hesitate to take action. And it's either out of fear, overwhelm, or perfectionism. And I am a recovering perfectionist. So I 100% understand these are not siloed to just one particular person. This is something that we can do over and over again as we continue to elevate our pleasure. Pleasure and transformation happens when you implement. You don't see the change until you actually do what it is that you're learning. You can take in all the information that you want. And that's why, even at the end of my podcast episodes, I always say, now go do something with this. I appreciate you being here and taking in the information and showing up every week to these videos and commenting. But I want you to do something about it, even if it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect because that does not exist. So just go out and do one thing and start small. Just choose one or two things that you learned last year that really resonated for you and go ahead and implement it. It could be morning routines, it can be breathing exercises, it can be I'm going to do yoga, it can be I'm going to call my friend once a week, I'm going to go out with a friend once a week, I'm going to go out on my own once a month, I'm going to make sure that I do a date night with my partner. Whatever it is, break it into actionable steps. Okay, so for instance, if you're like, I want to focus on a morning routine, great. What is one thing that you're already doing in your morning routine? Okay, well, I get up and I stretch. Okay, as soon as I wake up, I stretch. What else do you want to put in your morning routine that's going to make you feel good? I always say 1 to 3 things over the next, let's say, 30 days. You're just doing that. So maybe it's I'm stretching, I'm writing 3 things that I'm grateful for, and I'm going to go make my tea. Those are the only 3 things of your morning routine that you are going to focus on for 30 days. Now your brain is free. Your brain is free to go back and be creative and to be present because you're no longer worrying about the morning routine. You've created it already. Do that, see if it works. In 30 days, reevaluate, add or subtract from your morning routine. See how easy that is? Y'all want to overwhelm yourselves and do a million things at one time, and then it just doesn't stick, and you get frustrated and you quit, and then we're starting this all over again in 6 to 8 months. Just do one thing at a time and focus on the progress. Focus on the progress, not perfection. Again, perfection doesn't exist. Taking these small steps is going to build your confidence. You're going to see, oh, I can do this, which is something I always tell my clients, right? Like, we could talk all day. That's great. But when we end this session, you're going to go out there, you're going to do something because I need you to believe in yourself. I don't need you to believe in me. I need you to believe in yourself because at some point I'm going to push you out of the nest and you're going to go out here and you're going to live and you're going to do the things that we talked about and you're going to trust yourself to do it. So I want you to build the confidence by doing the things, and it's going to create lasting change. It is. You may think, okay, well, this little small step, just stretching in the morning, it's not going to do anything. It will. It absolutely will. It will shift your relationship with your body. It will shift how you start moving throughout your day. And just the fact that when you woke up, the first thing you did was choose you and do something for you is definitely going to set the tone for your day. So here's your takeaway tip for doing the things that you've learned in 2024. Pick one thing you've been waiting to start, just one thing, and commit to it this week. And then reflect on how it makes you feel. Maybe it didn't make you feel like anything. Maybe you didn't really want to do it like you thought you did. Either way, you committed, you did it, and now you have data to make the next best decision. So now you have 3 tips. Now, I could go on and on about tips for 2025, but I don't want to overwhelm you and I want you to start implementing. So let's just recap on what we are doing for 2025. We are minding our business. We are protecting our energy. We are going inward. We are going to schedule time for ourselves and fun now, today. so that we no longer have to think about it or be worried when we're burnt out. We're not getting burnt out this year. We are going to make sure that we're on the calendar. And 3, we're going to implement the things that we have researched and learned in 2024. We're going to take 1 to 2 things. We're going to implement them into this year. Just take one step. From this, I want you to just do one thing. You deserve this year of ease. You deserve fun and pleasure. And it's going to start with the choices that you make today. Okay. So now I know a lot of people, I'm going to get in the gym and X, Y, and Z. Do something that you know you can follow through. Do something that is fun. Do something that's going to give you an easy, quick win. Okay. I want you to share this episode with a friend, and I want to stay connected. I want to know what you think. I also want to know what your thing is going to be. So make sure that you share that with me, because I want to be there to support you in any way that I can, because I understand that this isn't easy to do. And I understand that this year is not going to be an easy one. So let me help you help yourself.
That's a way to bring in the new year, right? I feel like this episode has you ready. Okay, now we're going to mind our business. We're going to drink our water. We're going to put ourselves on the calendar, and we are going to implement. So I really hope that this was the start that you needed for your year. It was really refreshing for me to record that, because it was also a reminder for myself. Don't forget, the best way to stay in the loop and keep up with all the exciting things that are going to be going down that we are planning, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person, like the Pleasure Audit Challenge that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of it, is by joining my newsletter. It's packed with valuable insights, exclusive updates, and everything you need to stay on track with your self-care and pleasure goals. So go ahead, sign up now. The link is in the show notes, and let's make 2025 a year of thriving together. Until next time, take care of yourself, prioritize your pleasure, and remember, you are so deserving of ease and satisfaction. Love ya. Bye.